Well, hi once again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Accu-Stats Video Productions, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here to the 2015 Accu-Stats Make-It-Happen One-Pocket Invitational. Thank you. We're coming to you live here at the Aramis-Simonis Arena at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, the home of Accu-Stats and the home of the Make-It-Happen series. This is the 6th edition of the Make-It-Happen series, which was born in 2012, the brainchild of none other than Mr. Pat Fleming, and this is our second go-around in the one-pocket Make-It-Happen division. We've got 4 of the greatest one-pocket players in the world that were selected again by you, our loyal and devoted fans, and we've also added 2 new players to the field, young guns, and they have already made a pretty big statement after day 1, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of today and the rest of the week. All of our matches are a race to 3. The winner of each match will receive $1,000. The loser gets nothing. At the conclusion of the round-robin play on Sunday evening, the 2 players with the best overall one-loss records will compete in a one-match playoff for the right to call themselves 2015 Make-It-Happen One-Pocket Champion. Our equipment is a diamond table with Pro-Cut pockets, Simonis 860 cloth, and Aramis billiard balls. On behalf of our 6 champions, the staff here at Sandcastle Billiards and the entire Accu-Stats Video Productions team, we want to express our gratitude once again to each and every one of you out there watching that has supported us, and all of you fans right here at ringside for once again making this happen. Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to introduce the competitors for our first match of the day. This is match number 5. Our first player from Toledo, Ohio. He's played once, he has 1 victory. This gentleman was named in January at the Derby City Classic the winner of the Louis Roberts Action and Entertainment Award. He's a former Music City Open champion, and he's also a 3-time and defending one-pocket fight night champion. We call him the Shredder. Would you please welcome Danny Smith? Thank you very much. His opponent from Phoenix, Arizona. No stranger to one pocket around the world. Everybody is familiar with this gentleman, and it's an honor to have him here again with us. He's a former U.S. Open one-pocket champion. He's a former Derby City one-pocket champion. And just a few short months ago, he took down the Andy Mercer Memorial 9-Ball Championship in Las Vegas. He's sponsored by QB Custom Cues, On the Rail TV, Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis, and Moose Billiard Shoes. He's also the author of Power One Pocket, DVDs Volume 1 and now Volume 2. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the freezer? It's Mr. Scott Frost. Okay, thank you very much. At this time, it's my pleasure to send it over to the booth. Your official timekeeper is Miss Julie Ha. Official photographer is Carl Kantrowitz. And I'm going to send it to the voice of Accu-Stats, Billy Incardona, and Hall of Famer, Danny DiLiberto. Take it away, guys.
Bill Incardona here, along with my good friend and the Hall of Famer, Danny DiLiberto. Danny, this is day 2. In day 1, we had a couple surprises, I think. Why I say I think is because I know that these guys, Hall and Smith, are top players. They're A-list players. But the rest of the people out there may not know that, but they're finding out. In day 1, Hall I believe he defeated Pagulayan by the score of 3-1, and Danny Smith defeated Shane Van Boning in an exciting match, 3-2. Now Smith plays Frost. Now Frost should have won his match last night against Reyes, but he let it slip away. He's really eager to get back at it today. He's playing Smith. This is going to be a fast match because both of these players are very creative, and I look to see a fast match played here, Danny.
Very aggressive, too. But about Danny Smith, I heard about him, but I never saw him play till yesterday, and I'm very impressed. I think he can win this tournament.
Well, any of the players can win this tournament that are in the tournament, but like you said...
Well, he's unknown. That's why I made it an exaggeration. Right. But anyway, first of all, he better get out of the break, because Scott laid down a good one.
Now he's looking to come off the 11, the top of the 11, setting the cue ball underneath the 6 to the side rail, and then back toward the 15. Oh, he's doing something differently. He's going down on the cue ball into the 15 off the 11. Nope, that's not going to work out.
Especially Scott is left-handed, so he could reach the ball. That's why I said that. If right-handed player would have trouble reaching this ball.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What Danny tried to do, he tried to hit the top of the 15. If he was successful in doing that, the 15 would have left, the 11 ball would have crossed to the other side toward his own pocket, but he didn't contact the 15.
Oh, boy. Anyway, Danny Smith's shot, I always, after the break, it comes up a lot. I like taking a scratch and putting them in the far corner, doubling them up on the 1 and 6. But he tried to do something else, but he must have known Scott was going to miss.
I believe he can see the 2.
Yeah, he could. Now, do you fall on, I think the 14 goes after the 2 is out of the way, maybe the 15 also.
Well, what's wrong with going into the 8 and 7,
well,
opening up the balls?
Well, you're gambling there because you could glance wrong and fall on the wrong side. I go to the 2 balls that pass. He's got the angle to do it. Oh, he looks like he's going to go into your shot. See what I mean? That didn't have to turn out good.
Exactly. Had he hit the 8 on the other side, he would have opened up the balls a little bit better.
But if you fall on the 14 and 15, you don't have to worry about hitting the 8 right. Anyway, it's easy from here.
No, he has to try to protect the 10 ball. That's the ball near his pocket, or at least the ball near on his side of the table, nearest his pocket. But at the same time, you know, he can't give up a shot for Frost at his pocket. So therefore, you know, he's going to have a problem. I kind of like kicking softly at the 6.
I like that too, Billy.
Now, if he can kick underneath the 6 and just bump it, then it'll take away that cross corner bank on the 15, and it'll also protect the 10.
Good. That was done very well.
Very nicely executed shot. Now, Frost steps to the table. He can't see the 10 on Danny's side. He also cannot bank the 15.
Well, he looks like he's trying to. I like a shot that you probably wouldn't agree with. I like kicking at the 10. If you hit it on the thin side, I don't think anything can go wrong. And he might make it.
Well,
see the shot?
But I think the 15 precludes him from doing that. It's in the way.
Yeah, he would have to spin the ball.
This is a high-risk shot here. This is a suspect cue ball here with this shot. Now, he's looking to bank the 15 to his pocket. Now, the cue ball will then go up table and then go in the direction of the red 3. Let's take a look at the cue ball here, because that's what the shot's all about.
Yeah, he's going to fly around with the cue ball. Oh, he hit it good. Oh, he didn't get a roll from there, but he made a good bank.
Yeah, he must have felt quite comfortable with the bank because he hit it with the speed in English to create some action and totally disregard the fact that then if he missed it, that he was going to pay a big penalty. So therefore, he put all his concentration and focus on pocketing the bank, and it paid off for him. I don't know what he has here, though.
He didn't get a real good benefit from it. Is he going to bank at this and sell out the 7? Yeah, he was going to bank. He did sell out the 7, too.
Well, he's very, very aggressive in this opening match today. You can see that he has his aggressive mindset today. So if he's on his game, he's very, very dangerous.
Well, he's got shots at his pocket now.
And the reason I say he's very dangerous if he's on his game, because this is a player that has a full arsenal of shots. I mean, he has shots that you would never think are even possible. And he runs
that's a
balls
great
well.
shot.
Nicely executed shot. He's finally in perfect line. He's really feeling good out there right now.
That's what he said earlier. We asked him how you feel. He said, great.
Let's get a ball count. He's got 5 balls. He's playing for 3.
No, I think he's got 4, Billy.
He's got 4 balls.
Yeah, Smith had 1.
My bad. 4 balls. Now he's playing for 3. Now he has 5.
Going to go 2 rails to the 8, I believe, off the 6.
Yeah, and he needs some kind of an angle.
I think he got good now.
He would like to brush the 11 going across and position the 14 near his pocket in doing so.
Perfect. Perfect. I think he's going to need the bridge.
It's not froze. He's shooting away from the ball. Inside English will then throw the ball in toward the pocket. Game number 1 goes to Frost, and he leads in the match 1-0.
Yeah, we're going to see that 15-ball bank, I believe.
This is the shot that opened up the rack for Frost and enabled him to take game 1. Yeah, very aggressive shot and a very aggressive cue ball as well.
Very accurate.
And I believe that Danny Smith played a good shot when he kicked to the 6.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't expect Frost to play as aggressively as he did by banking the 15. And I don't.
Well, after Scott missed the 15, he had a pretty good shot. He missed it badly. I think it threw Danny Smith off. He probably thought this guy isn't going to play very well, but he was wrong.
He wants to move balls and put the cue ball in the stack. That's the problem with that shot, but that time it worked out well for him. The problem that I saw with that shot, if there is a problem, when you try to move balls away from your opponent's pocket after the break and put the cue ball in the stack, there's always that chance that a ball is going to come, hit the stack, and dislodge the cue ball from its secure position.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's usually costly. That time it didn't. He was able to clear the pocket. Nice shot. That's a nicely struck ball there.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be at least scoreable now on his side of the table.
And when you position a ball that close to your pocket, that certainly limits your opponent on what he can do with his return shot. So therefore, he's going to have to respect that ball until it's moved. But there's also the area on the table that Danny keeps alluding to, is that's the upper right-hand corner. You can always double up Smith by positioning the cue ball in the upper right-hand corner. The 7 will be doubled up with the 1 and the 2. Let's see where he goes. And that's where he's gone. Notice, nicely struck ball as well. And
Well, I don't know. Is that the
That's the 12 ball, our 13 ball on top there.
Yeah, it might go. It might pass the 7.
Well, it doesn't appear that it will. From your vantage
It's close,
point.
but it might go. But he's not looking at it, so from where he's seeing it, it doesn't go. So he's got to knock this 4 ball away. Oh, I think he left the bank.
But there's really no future in this bank here.
No, the 7. And he hit the 7?
Well, the 5 is the bank. If he has the angle just to stick there, and pocket the bank and maybe bank the 7, then that's ideal. But if he has to cut it, he may lose the cue ball.
Well, it's not going, but it's in the pocket. We're going to see Danny kick at that and try to give him that ball.
Now, when Danny kicks at the 5 ball, not only does he need to pocket the 5, but he's got to position the cue ball to where Scott can't remove the 7 from Danny's side.
You're right.
So he would like to hit the side rail, then the bottom rail, then the ball, then the cue ball will go up that side rail slightly. Now he's hit high. That's what he didn't want to do, and he's left Scott a chance to clear the 7.
Yeah. And it looks to me like the 15 could be close to dead.
If the 15 ball is a good action ball for Frost toward his pocket, he'll then cross the 7 into the ball, sending the cue ball in the direction of the 1 with some speed.
Yeah.
There's something about the shot that he doesn't like.
Well, it might not be exactly on. It's close, but, other than that, he could bank the 7 into the 6 and then go into the 1. But it probably isn't dead. And when we say dead, it's a combination that's going straight in the pocket.
Now, a soft kick into the side of the stack wouldn't be out of line here for Smith.
Well, he's hearing you because that's what he's doing.
That'll open up some balls on his side.
Perfect. Look at
and he's frozen the cue ball to the side of the stack, which is always good, limiting Frost on what he can do. If he's really frozen on an angle, then he's going to have to masse and try to get underneath the 9 like he's just done. Now Smith's job is to protect the 13 ball, the 12 ball that's on his side of the table. Now, a good spot for the cue ball here after Smith leaves the table would be up the upper right-hand corner quadrant of the table. That way he can protect the 12 ball. Now, it'll leave Frost a shot on the 6 ball, come off the 6 ball, but it's a kind of a risky return. If he intends to kick into the stack, he can't hit it with any speed at all because he'll lose the cue ball. Not much stack left for him to do this with. If the stack was full with 12, 13 balls, then he can shoot this shot with the...
It's like you say, he's going to defend the 12. Can't hit the 12. And let me tell you about the psychological thing here. Scott needs this game because he's got a loss, and 2 losses will not win the tournament.
See, that was the problem with the shot that Smith shot. It was inevitable that Frost would return and put Smith back in a similar position. That's why I recommended or suggested going up table to the right with the cue ball. Show him a different picture. He showed him the same picture, and now you're looking at the same picture without the ability to do what you could have done the last time you were at the table. The upper right-hand corner was the spot to go. I don't know if you can get there this time. You can get there with a 2-cushion intentional scratch. He can hit the bottom cushion, the side cushion, and then go up table. But he has to be very careful not to leave a shot on the 13 if he opts to shoot that shot. I don't think he's wise to shoot it now because of the 13. But he must protect the 12 here. That's the ball to the right of the cue ball. He's kicking at the 11.
Looks that way.
I believe he allowed Frost to see the 12, and if he can see it, he'll just then remove it from that part of the table.
Well, how about banking it?
No, I don't know about banking it, because unless the 8 goes. If the 8 goes, then banking it would be an option.
I think it does.
But
Well, he did your shot.
If the 8 didn't go, then for sure banking it would have been a bad option, because then you may miss the bank and give him return bank on the 8. That could be quite costly. It looks like this is going to be an up-table game. So therefore, just concede the fact that the balls are going up-table and play it from there. What Smith is doing is taking a look to see if the 7 passes to 15. If the 7 does not pass to 15, that'll allow him then to position the cue ball down that quadrant of the table, upper left-hand corner. If there is any type of an offensive shot available for him, he'll do that.
Well, he could have been looking to see if the 15 goes by the point.
Because
he'll have a two-railer now that he hit pretty well.
No, he hit that better than pretty well. Look what he did with the cue ball and the object ball. I mean, he really struck that ball beautifully.
I think Scott can hit the 7, though.
Yeah, he can hit the 7, but cue ball may be a problem to control here.
It's up to stick the ball if you're froze on the rail.
No, he's coming off the 6. This is very risky.
Yeah, he wants to cut the 6 and go one rail into the 7.
Now, another shot is very risky. I think what he's going to have to do, he's going to have to roll softly into the 7 in hopes that the trueness of the table shows up, because he doesn't want to lose the cue ball. He's got to remove the 7 with a soft roll here. He's coming off the 6th, very risky shot.
Yeah, he's going to try to go one rail and kick the 7 away.
This is a very risky shot. He
executed it.
Yeah, he was able to get away with it because of his ability to execute it as well as he did.
Yeah, Danny's looking at kicking the 7.
I wouldn't do that, because I think the 7 is a better ball in the position that it's in, because it's a ball that can lead you to a lot of other balls if given a shot on it.
But it's in the way of executing the cue ball, so right now he can't do much with the cue ball, but if he got the 7 out of the way and made it, then he would have room to shoot. But right now...
what I would do here, I would cross-bank the 1 toward the 8. Maybe the cue ball will find a way to get behind the 14.
Oh, you want the cue ball to start thinking now.
Well, listen. You always got to...
It's got to find a way. It's like the cue ball is alive and thinking. It's all right. That's good. Good observation, Billy.
Now Frost can
Get rid of the 7.
Shoot this ball away in 2 different ways.
Yeah. That ball wasn't going to stay there long. I really liked him kicking the 7 and Danny here. And it wasn't a tough shot. But it was shooting that one ball, and you could always accidentally leave a bank when you kick at a ball that's a little off the rail.
Well, my take on that, I think that the position of the 7 ball, in the position that it was in, offered more value than pocketing it, just leaving it there.
If you didn't give Scott a chance to knock it away.
Oh, of course, Danny. Of course, Danny.
Well, now, this is Grady's rules. When all the balls get past the side, you spot them up in line behind the spot.
In games like this, there's a lot of people, maybe a lot of people out there that may feel that, this is just a bunt game and it gets you out of stroke. Here's what to do to stay in stroke when you play games like this. Every shot you shoot, you try to decide where you want the cue ball and make a conscious effort to put the cue ball there. That way your stroke will stay strong. Watch out.
I think he left the ball. 15 goes, I believe.
That definitely goes.
I mean, he can hit it where you got to hit it. And he hit it where you had to hit it.
Notice the cue ball. Position very,
Yeah.
very close to the bottom rail. That's what you need to do when balls go up table. You got to position the cue ball on the bottom rail. The last time it was on the bottom rail, if you remember, Smith sold out a shot. Therefore, a lot of distance he has to cover here, and there's no guarantee that he's not going to give up a shot because of it.
Yeah, it's a very good shot in one pocket when you keep the cue ball on the rail because, as you know, you can't hit it low, you can't draw the ball. Tougher to control. Oh, man, he almost got a kiss that would have been disaster. But I think Scott's got a bank.
Well, if he banks this, it has to be hit. Pocket speed. Pocket speed.
Like that.
Nicely executed shot.
Well, Scott has shot like 3 banks so far, and he made them all.
Frost leads in the match 1-0. And also in game number 2, 3 balls to nothing. And with all balls up table, a 3-0 lead is substantial. Watch out. Watch out. That's not what you wanted to do.
Especially with the balls like this. A bunch of them go now with ball in hand.
Well, fortunately for Scott, the 14 and 11 are tied up. The 6 and the 8 are kind of tied up. Yeah, he can make the 3 and possibly the 2. If I were he, I think that I would try to pocket the 3 and bump the green 6. That way you open up 2 balls towards your pocket.
Yep.
And in doing that, you also may position a ball where you can break loose the 11 from the 14. So this is how you accumulate balls off of a poorly designed run out.
Well, he didn't want to do that, hitting the 6, but I think he can make the 8.
Yeah, I thought.
But I liked your shot.
I think hitting the 6 would have opened the door for a possible, 5-6 ball run.
You're right. You're right.
He's got a strong stroke, though. He was able to draw the ball back. I don't believe the 11 passes the 14 into the pocket. Of course, the 2 is available. If he shoots the 2, I like for him to come down table, just past the side and cross bank the 15 ball.
Yeah.
That's the ball underneath the 9.
That's the best he can do right now is play position for a bank. But this ball is not automatic. This is a tough shot.
He elevates so good. Notice how nicely he hit that ball with the elevation that he had.
Notice how nicely the ball rolled straight. That's
Yeah.
a testament for a good table.
Yeah. He's always practicing shots where you have to elevate. And that practice paid off for him, not only there, but many, many times when he's been asked to elevate on certain shots, because he certainly has that particular shot down pretty good. He's going to cross the 15 here.
with right-hand English.
Now watch that scratch in the upper corner pocket here.
See the right-hand English? Well, Scott can see the ball, so that ball will not be there long.
There's also a chance that Scott can cut in the spot ball and go into the 15. It's laying it rather thin, but I think he can do it, but he's not even looking at it.
Yeah, that's the risk.
Again.
Oh, there's another risk.
Well, you let up on your stroke there. He let up on his
Yep,
stroke there.
and that stopped the ball from drawing and sticking.
See, you have to really concentrate when you shoot shots like that and make sure that you don't let up on your stroke. Because when you let up in your stroke, instead of that backward turn on the cue ball, it loses it going down. And when it hits the object ball, it starts turning the other way and into the pocket. So you got to make sure when you put that backspin on the cue ball, it stays on the cue ball. And the way to do that is make sure you stroke it. And once you let up on your stroke, then that's what creates
Well, are we
problems.
playing 3 in a row?
Yes,
you
we
lose?
are. Yes, we are.
Because he's on 2 now. Well, he fell on the 4.
Smith needs 4 balls. Yeah, he has 4, and he's playing for 4. He's thinking about going back into the 7 possibly to end up with a shot on the 13.
No, how about just making the ball and going 1 rail to the 6?
Yeah, but he obviously can do that, but I think he's thinking about going to the 7 here, so he can shoot the 13 next.
No, he got to the 6. Made the ball.
Now he'll try to draw back and try to play some pinpoint position on a ball that's not real accessible. I think that's a mistake. I think he should just get this ball
And then
and
do
then
something
and
with
go
Banks.
from there. Yeah. Get this ball because this will give him his 6th ball. Don't try to play shape here. Just pocket the ball.
Well, he looks like he's winding up to shoot.
Well, he didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to me.
And he's going to probably
he's
win
glad he
because he didn't. Yeah.
But notice how it went into the center of the pocket. You know, when you hit a shot like that with the speed that he hit it with, it doesn't really go into the center. But when a Danny Smith shoots, you know, he's a great ball striker, right into the center of the pocket. He's positioned ideally for the cross on the 5.
Yeah, he needs 1 to tie the match.
Yeah,
And he
don't
tied
play
the
with
match.
Smith. You know, if you give Smith an opportunity with balls, in play, he's going to get you. Those balls really weren't even in play, and he got
No,
you.
they weren't. And Scott had the big advantage till he scratched twice in a row.
Yeah, Scott opened up the match. Looked like he was really, really playing well. And he probably is playing well. I just think that he got a little lazy with that stroke on that second scratch.
You're right. You hit the ball low and you don't follow through properly, the ball will not stop. And that's what happened.
Back 3, Scott breaks, 1 game each.
Strong break.
Everybody's been breaking pretty well.
Strong break. He really has his hands full here.
Yeah, how do you get out of this one?
If he can see the 6 or the bottom part of the 6, I believe he can float under the 12
Yeah, that's what he's got.
or
That's
the
about
13.
it.
Or the 13. I think it's a 13. He's going to have to do it off the green 6.
Yeah, he can hit the 6 on the lower side.
I think that's the ball he has to come off of. He's elevating here. He's going to try to do something a little special. Let's see what he does.
He did it pretty well, I'll tell you.
Well, once again, he showed us his
Great speed there.
his ability to elevate and position the cue ball where it needed to be.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's really locked him up pretty solid there. He may have to take a scratch here.
Well, what kind of scratch you going to take?
Well,
Billy?
I would shoot it to the right of the 13 softly, and just this here's no good.
Now he's shooting
That's
your
just like,
shot.
yeah, just softly, just like this here. Just that's what to do, right? And so you can't. That way, Smith really can't develop a stronger position for himself because he doesn't have the angle to do it. Now, Smith, if he puts him back, maybe he'll put him back and there'll be just enough air for Frost to do something else.
He could actually freeze him on the 8 if he wanted to.
Yeah, now, Smith is elevating once again. He's changed his mind.
You looking at a 3-ball combination here?
Well, he's going to elevate again now. And I mentioned before, I don't want to be seen that redundant, but he elevates so well. Watch, he'll control the cue ball so well off of this elevation. Watch it.
Billy, I was on the road with you for years, and you didn't have redundant in your vocabulary.
Because I never did anything twice, Benny. Well, anyway, Scott's intentional paid off for him. Now he has an out.
Yeah, he's got a few outs here.
But he can't get really aggressive here.
Well, he's trying to get behind. Oh, not bad. The ball died, but I don't know if that's not real good either.
Well, he wanted to try to position the cue ball behind the 7. He didn't cut the ball enough
Yeah.
for it to go there.
Well, that's what I thought he was doing. Is he going to bank at this?
Well,
You're going to sell out the 8
Well-
unless you can get behind the 8.
Smith, I mentioned before, he's a very aggressive player and has just a spectacular type of an imagination. And because of that, he's developed a style and the ability to shoot certain shots really well. And the shots that he shoots, you would think that you shouldn't shoot. But when he shoots them, you should look at the results and you say, wow, this guy can really play. And that's what he does. You know, he's got a special imagination, and he's able to execute what he envisions.
Well, he's just going to try to cut it, make it closer, and go maybe towards the 3. Well, I think he left a hit on that 7.
Frost is
That's what
taking a look.
Scott's looking at it. I think he can hit the 7.
Well, he keeps shaking his head like he's got me. That he's got me head shake. No, he's got him. Now he's going to have to try to remove the 7 off of another ball. And when you do that, there's nothing guaranteed. Okay, now he's got to try to remove the 7 off the 12 here to see what happens.
Skid.
Oh, my God.
Well, Skid's so bad.
Terrible effort.
Ball's coming here. Hop straight up in here.
Well, sometimes that happens. You know, it just, it's not exactly the nature of the game, but sometimes a ball skids like that, and you just hope it doesn't skid at an untimely time.
Like there.
And that was very untimely. But you're going to have to accept it, and that sometimes it's very difficult to accept things like that. And for certain players, it's even more difficult. Like if a ball skidded on Reyes, he'd walk to his chair, scratch his head, he'd forget about it.
Yeah, he doesn't dwell on it. You're right. Temperament is a very big factor in this game of pool. Oh, he's trying to hit something here. Oh, and he did it. Wow.
Very nicely executed
Perfect.
shot.
That was not easy to do.
No, he manufactured that. Very nicely struck. He's a very, very good player. Really does understand how to run balls. He's got a powerful stroke and a great imagination. And a nice touch. That big wind-up he has, don't let that fool you. He controls that cue ball superbly.
Well, I think he's going to have trouble getting anywhere here. I don't know if he's got enough angle to go one rail to the 5, but he might draw it. He's drawing the ball, trying to hit the... Oh, he did
Notice
it.
how nicely he does
Oh,
things.
that's a great shot. He got everything now.
He's very difficult to beat. That's why Accu-Stats chose him as one of their players. They knew the strength of a young Danny Smith. They knew that he could do this. He's proven also in match 1 and match 2 that he can handle the pressure, and he deserves to be on the A-list.
I think this game is over. He's looking to see if he can get to the 10.
I like the way he's moving around the table, Danny. He's never taken his eyes off the table, off the balls. He isn't distracted by anything. That's an indication that he's certainly focused.
Look at that.
Nice
Perfect
cue ball
control.
movement.
Yeah, he needs 2. I believe he's going to get them, Billy.
He was really happy and proud that he was elected to play in this tournament, and he's really playing well. I'm really glad for this guy. He's playing well. He's a heck of a player.
He was
and a
right to
gentleman.
be proud, pal. There's a lot of players here that feel that in the world here that are jilted. They feel like they could be. I won't mention names, but I could think of 3 or 4 of them that felt like they should be here. Can we see that scratch again? That
I think it was
Scott?
a skit. It was a skit.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's a skid. Well, when you're cutting the ball and it skids, it won't cut enough. But if it skids while you're trying to go forward, it'll die. And that's what happened there. We're going to see it again. Look, he was trying to go forward there, and the cue ball died. Oh, he's not happy right now.
Well, this is rack number 4 coming up. Smith leads in the contest 2-1,
And we got a timeout.
and it's his break. Okay, we're back. Danny Smith is preparing to open up the balls in game number 4. The score after 3 games in a race to 3. Smith 2, Frost 1. Frost opened up the match winning the first game. Smith then followed, winning the next 2 consecutive games. And now he's breaking the balls in game number 4. Scott must crack his break and then win on his break to advance. Pretty good break. The 5 and the 14 ball, those 2 balls to the right of the foot spot are aiming right toward the 9. It looks like it's a dead 3-ball combination. He has it very softly. Wow, he went for the shot. Went for the shot and hit it perfectly. And that's the type of a shot that he needed after that break, because that was really a good break. And he needs to win this game. If he can win this game, he'll then have the break in the 5th and deciding game. And with this format, we're going to have a finals, and it's going to be determined by the players that have the best records, the top 2 best records. In the event that there's a tie, then we're going to go to games 1. So every game is important to win, regardless if you win the match or not, because they add up the total number of games won in the event there's a tie with matches won. That's how they decide who advances to the finals. So every game is important to win. because there's going to be ties in this format. There are 6 players. Each one of them plays 5 times. I'm thinking there's going to be a couple 3-2 scores. And then if there's a 3-2 score and there's a tie, then they go to how many games the player won. Right now, Scott has only won 1 game in this match.
He started off real well. Looked like he was going to kill, but then he faltered, and he lost 2 in a row.
Van Boning, even though he lost a match, he's played twice. He won a match, winning 3 games, and he lost a match, but in the match he lost, he won 2 games. So in 2 matches, he has 5 games. You can win a match and lose a match, and if you lose the match 3-0 or 3-1, then you're at a disadvantage as far as having the ability then to advance to the finals, because the match you lost, you only won 1 game or perhaps not even any games. So it's important. Every game played is important. And then, if it's still tied with matches won in games won, then we go to the final tiebreaker, which is balls pocketed. Right now, balls pocketed is not important right now. But going into day 3, we'll start mentioning the balls pocketed, because we're looking at matches won, games won, and balls pocketed, because it could come down to that.
Okay, folks, got to explain something here. Scott just had a ball that skidded, and he wanted the cue ball clean so it doesn't happen again. There's different theories about the skid. I believe it's dirt at contact.
Normally, in more humid conditions, you'll see balls skip more often because the cue ball is stickier because it's more humid and there's more,
Yeah, there's a little moisture on the ball, and that'll pick up dirt.
Exactly.
And the chalk won't leave the cue. Okay, we're in a pinch and squeeze of the game.
And even though this type of a game seems like trivial in a sense, it's so important because you're going to make sure that, you don't leave the table or leave your opponent an opportunity to improve his position or to create a position that's hard to defend. So far, the position is stronger on Smith's side of the table, as you can see.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to dare him.
He's trying to put the cue ball behind the 1.
Yeah.
How about that? Did he get there?
I don't think so, Billy.
No.
But even if he didn't get behind the 1, he left a long shot. Distance is a good shot.
Not only did he leave a long shot, but the 11 ball on Smith's side of the table is pocketable from just about anywhere on that side of the table. So if Scott chooses to shoot this shot and misses it, he figures to give up the 11 and possibly the match.
That's why we came up with the term one-pocket blinkers. So you don't even know that ball's there. This shot is a lot easier if you're not giving up a shot.
Scott says, nah, bad gamble. I'm not going to try to go for this ball.
It is.
Now, Scott moved the 11 ball on that shot, so therefore, he really got a lot done with that shot.
He did, because now, if he gets left that same shot, it's a lot easier.
I think Smith should kick it to 13 and then go up table with the cue ball. Oh, he's going into the stack again, off the 15. You got to be careful, because the 4 ball will go if he loses control of the cue ball. But if you notice now, balls are starting to open up on Scott's side of the table. He has to protect those balls. And the only way he could protect them is to hit that shot with more speed. And in doing so, he opened up more balls on Smith's side of the table. But to him, it was a fair trade-off because he's protected both the 13 and the 4.
And it's like you said, he changed things. A little while ago, Smith's balls were more favorable. Scott got his side in more play. There's no balls near a pocket.
One pocket and protecting balls is just like we do when we protect our money. We put our money into the bank and it's protected.
Speak for yourself. I never protected money. I don't trust people who protect money.
That's a good shot. Cue ball almost frozen to the bottom rail. Smith is going to have to elevate here. No problem for him. Unless he can roll on something. But it doesn't appear that he has anything to roll on.
Where you going? Where you going? He's praying for the 3 to stop. It stopped just in time.
But the problem with the shot that he executed was he didn't protect the 11 ball on his side of the table. But the 3 ball almost got away, but it's actually a good ball for Smith right now because if Frost moves the 11, Smith can bank the 3. So therefore, if Frost decides to come off the 11, he has to make sure he doesn't leave that bank on the 3. And that's not going to be easy to do.
Well, he'll come all the way down to the end rail. Like, no, he didn't. He tried to snooker him on it.
He seems to have been done pretty good because his body language tells me that he didn't leave him a shot on the 3. Now Scott's side of the table is starting to look a lot stronger now.
Yeah, that's what I said a minute ago, but Smith is a good defender.
You like to put him back at the 3 here. So he can't see 14. Did he move that? Yeah. It's getting pretty thin out there. It looks like we're going to see an up-table game eventually. That's just the way the balls are laying now. Because it's getting real thin out there for both players. They really can't do much in terms of protecting balls now.
Oh, look at this hit.
Wow. And he got a bump.
Oh, yeah.
He got a bump.
That's called position while you wait. He looked up here and smiled. Right? Like I always say, make believe you played whatever happens. So he played for the ball to come and knock the cue ball loose.
Okay, now here's a situation where you really got to have some patience. In other words, if you feel that there was a disservice there, don't try to get aggressive with it.
And he didn't.
Just take what the table gives you. Sometimes players say, well, I think I can do this and I deserve a better shot than this, and they shoot a high-risk shot and fail.
And they sleep in the street. Okay, let's see that shot again.
The kiss bank shot on the 8? Yeah, that was really a good shot.
And here comes the ball to make the cue ball shoot the 3 in. See that? He played all that.
Scott's demeanor has really changed. This is the fourth game. He trails 2-1 in games 1. But he looks like he has a pretty good lead, particularly when you consider where the balls are positioned. They're going up table. He's got a 4-0 lead in this game, and it looks like if he can win this game, he'll have the break in the final game. He's going to take a look. Now, since the balls are tied up on Smith's side of the table, he has the luxury then to position the cue ball up there. So therefore, if he has any kind of a shot, he'll take it and position the cue ball up there. And it doesn't appear that he has a shot. Wanting to get that cue ball back on that cushion. He's fallen short of that. He certainly had the better position because of the way the balls are positioned. Smith's got to break loose those balls on his side of the table.
Yeah, they're all tied
Like he
up.
just did. See, now Scott doesn't have the luxury of positioning the cue ball up there anymore.
Yeah, he opened 2 clusters there. 'Cause now I think the 15 ball passes the 10.
Now the 14 doubles up the 13 on Scott's side of the table. So if he rolls on the 10, nothing will be bankable because of that. So he can do that.
Oh, he might have left the cut. I think he's going to be shooting the 15 here.
He could shoot the 15 here because he certainly has the ability to pocket it. But what's the future in it?
Well, get the ball like Scott did a little while ago. He cinched the ball. Make the ball and then take a bank or move from there. But I think he's going to shoot this.
Yeah, I understand your thinking, but you get the ball, but it's a ball that might not be gettable that easy.
You understand my thinking? None of my wives ever did. Well, that ball's in. It's like I said, he just was interested in making that ball.
And since he had a nice route with the cue ball that was natural,
Yeah.
and didn't give up a shot, that was an easy choice for him to make. Now he's gotten to within 1 ball closer to the lead, 4 balls to 1. He's looking at doing something aggressive here. I think he's going to have second thoughts on that.
No, he's really supposed to just bank the 12 onto his side. No sense. That ball is stopping him from shooting all those long banks. Good enough. Good enough. Scott can't afford to shoot at his pocket, so
Well,
he's going to knock this on his side.
Yeah, but I believe the next time Smith gets back to the table, he's going to have a problem because the balls are now starting to go further up table. And if Scott can position the cue ball on the bottom rail, then Smith is going to have a problem defending it. He's got to get to the bottom rail. Now Smith is still going to have a little bit of a problem here. Now he could roll up on the blue too. That's an out that I see that he has. I think that's the way he's going to have to look. I think he's going to have to look at the blue too. Anything else seems to be a little bit too risky.
Well, he actually has a bank on the 14, but
No.
you got to control the cue ball.
Shooting it from that distance and that type of a hit is just too difficult. Too difficult.
Well, he's looking at it, Billy.
I know. Yeah, he's the kind of a guy that'll shoot it, but you know what? Really, really not an advisable thing to do, in my opinion.
Well, I think he'll get to the 5 or 4 if he makes one of these. Well, he gave Scott a chance.
See, he wasn't able to control the cue ball here. Now, Scott, if he puts down the 4, he can get himself a couple balls. He's going to shoot it.
Oh, he missed it. He sold out, he missed it.
Hear him static.
Scott's talking to Kenny about something.
He missed it badly.
Terrible, terrible. But again, that 14 helped him miss it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he was looking at the 14 when he was actually before he shot it, which is a bad sign. You take a look at the shot, you look at the angle, you decide whether the angle is conducive to do what you want to do, and then you shoot it.
Oh, nice hit. Nice hit.
Score is 4-2. Smith at the table, looking to get a couple more balls.
Well, which ball do you shoot here, Billy? The 4 or the 5?
If he shoots the 5, he may play shave for a bank here.
Oh, he looks like he's going to, yeah, he did it. Nice shot, too.
Now, this is a tough bank to control the object ball off of. If he misses this bank, he may leave a return bank. But if he makes it, he'll then have a cross bank on the 11. He would like to hit at pocket speed, getting as little movement from the object ball as he nice. But he did leave some sort of a cross bank here. If Scott can get the cue ball out of the way quickly enough, he can avoid the kiss here, but he's going to hit it with right English to do that.
I don't know if he's shooting it either.
Yes, he's shooting it.
Yeah, he's not making it.
Oh, he would like to have gotten
yeah.
behind that then, but he didn't. Smith is taking a look at something up there. I don't know what he's looking at. Possibly a combination bank.
Oh, I don't like this. What's he going to do with the cue ball?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a bad shot.
Yeah, it looks like it is. He's, like I mentioned before, very creative. He's actually geared to look for things like this. And his execution of shots of this kind is really, really good. He really knows how to control the cue ball.
Oh, now he's looking at banking the 2. That's a better shot than the combination bank, I believe.
Yeah. If there's any player out there that can figure out a shot, it's this guy at the table now. Because he has so many shots in his repertoire, so many of them. And played a good cue ball.
Well, the 7 helped him control the cue ball because he hit it full and it stuck the cue ball.
But the point is that he was able to discern that. He understood that. And he was able to choose a shot.
Well, his name is Danny. He's got to be a little smart.
And in doing that, Scott's going to have a hard time moving the 2 because he'll give up a bank on the 11. So therefore, he has got his problems with that. I don't see anything wrong with kicking 2 rails into the 2 and then going up table with the cue ball, sending the 2 to your side of the table. There's a little risk to it, but I think that it's worth it. Now he's going right directly toward the 2. He would like to send the 2 around where the 11 is.
Well, he left the free bank now.
Well, he left the bank on the 12 ball, but it's not really that good of a bank because it's positioned close to the rail. And if it's frozen, the 12 ball, that makes that bank play even more difficult.
It's frozen. 7.
It's got. Did he call it frozen, Kenny?
No, he called the 7 frozen.
Okay. Well, then he's going to bank at 12.
Okay, now this is not an easy bank because of the position it's laying in, very close to the rail. So he doesn't figure to hit this that well.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't figure to hit it that well.
Hit it pretty good.
Yeah.
not good enough to pay the rent.
But on that shot, he figured to overcut it like he did, because if you hit it too thickly, you get the double kiss. So he took insurance out on that by overcutting it. Now watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. He's going to like what's happening.
Yeah, and I think the one's got him. Well, he's making a pace, so maybe Danny has a shot on the 12.
And when you
Scott
shoot,
made a pace.
well, when you shoot, I think he got away with it pretty good, Scott. That is, because he only can get one ball, or he could possibly lose the game. So Scott shouldn't be upset at all about the results of that shot. When you send the cue ball skew like he did there, there's also always the chance of losing control of it and giving up more than on just one ball. And the ball that he may have given up isn't that easy of a shot. So I think he should be happy.
Well, he'll be happier later if he misses this. And all Danny could look forward to here is giving him the 4 ball if he makes this. Tough shot.
Center looked like it went in the center
Not
of the pocket.
for him.
No, excellent shot maker. He's an excellent shot maker. And he's playing really his game. He isn't allowed the spotlight or this tournament in the players he's competing against interfere with his ability to concentrate. I like that a lot.
Well, it's 5-4 now in favor of Scott. Scott keeps looking at us and grinning. You have any idea what that means?
Hey, listen, I mean, you're playing one of the best players in the world, no matter who you're playing, because all 6 of these players have the capabilities of winning this tournament. It's not going to be easy. You're going to come with a lot of great shots, followed by great shots, and that's what's happening. Just because you come with a great shot, that doesn't mean that your opponent can't come right back at you. And when he does, you have to accept it, because that's what you're in. You're in a war right here, so treat it like one. I don't know if he should move this ball, because it's going to be hard to control the cue ball here.
Yeah, he figures to leave a bank.
I think he should look elsewhere. I think he's going to give up some kind of a shot here. Maybe a 2-railer on the 7? Maybe not.
No, he left nothing. No, he did leave. I think he has a bank on the 2.
Now, the 2 looks like it's frozen. If it is,
Yeah, I can't tell. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking they may have left a 2-railer with the 7. That seems to be pretty tight, though. And if it's too tight, you can't afford to shoot it, because if it happens to hit the 12, coming off that bottom rail, it's going straight toward Danny's pocket.
Yeah. Well, he decided to just get out of the inning.
Now, what he did there, I want to bring this to attention to the viewers. He positioned the 7 in back of the 12, and he cut off that straight back bank for Smith into his pocket because of that. So now, deeper into this rack, Smith won't have that straight back bank on the 12, because the 7 precludes it from going there.
Well,
Okay.
he does have a bank on the 2 this time.
Now, the bank that he has on the 2 has to be struck with speed. And anytime you strike a ball with speed and miss it, it may go toward your opponent's side of the table. But not that time.
Good shot.
And also, shots like that are really a confidence booster. Whenever you shoot a ball with that speed, hit the center of the pocket, you get that gratifying sound, ba-boom, into the pocket. And, that adrenaline starts flowing. You really feel good about yourself. That's what shots like that produce.
Well, Danny has a bank on the 1. It's delicate.
Very similar shot than the one Scott had. He'll hit this with some speed as well.
The point.
And the reason he hit that ball long is because he didn't hit it with speed. When you hit banks with speed, they shorten up.
They bank sharper.
Yeah, they shorten up. Had he hit that shot with speed, it would have shortened up and he would have given himself a better chance of pocketing the ball. So he was a little conservative, a little timid, if you will, in shooting that shot.
Well, had Scott made that ball, he would have been shooting the 1 for the game.
It was important for Scott to position the 7 ball where he did if he was going to miss it, because now Smith has to be concerned about not only giving up a shot on the 7, but on the 1 as well. So therefore, he has to play a real good cue ball. And considering where the 7's positioned, it may be tough to do that. That's a scratch. No rail yet. No rail yet.
No rail.
So in trying to play a good cue ball, he forfeited a ball. That advantage goes to Frost for the ability to position the 7 where he did.
Well, Scott has a bank on the 7, but
He's looking to cut the 1, Danny. This is a very risky shot.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Well, what happens here is that he's liable to scratch because he's going to go into the 15 and then across table with the cue ball. I wouldn't be surprised if he scratched here because he's going to have a real fast cue ball here. After contacting the 1 as thinly as he has to, he's going to hit the inside of that 15, and that cue ball can go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like his choice here. If he opts to go for this, I think he's stretching, and I don't believe that he should. But with him in the lead, let's see what happens.
Well, he's cutting at the 1 all right, but like you say, he could scratch off that 15. Oh, he cut it.
See what I'm saying? The cross side.
Oh, good shot.
See that cue ball? It's going cross side and going toward those side pockets. That was the problem with that shot. That time, he got away with it.
And he got rewarded, too. He missed it.
Now, when you hit balls softly like that, they lengthen out. That's
They
why
go
that
a little
ball,
longer,
that's why that bank went long. When you hit shots like that with banks with speed, they shorten up. When you hit them with a soft speed, they lengthen out. He'll then bank this cross corner. This is definitely in his repertoire. He shoots that shot extremely well.
Wow. I'll say he does.
He cuts balls as well as anybody on the planet. See this 15 ball? He'll cut this, and he'll cut it well.
You like the cut? I like the double bank.
No, he likes the cut. He's going to play the cue ball 2 cushions across table into the 11 here. He could make this and get position on the 10. Well, he played the double bank.
Yeah, and he still got position.
And look where he positioned the cue ball.
Yeah.
Now, that was a real pull shot right there. He's putting a lot of pressure on Frost there. I mean, you're talking about a perfectly executed shot. You just saw one.
Well, Scott has a little bit of a shot at the money here. Cutting it.
I think it's too much. He better make it. He better make it.
He didn't.
He better make it. I don't think he should have done that.
Well, he wants to win a game here, and he figured it's a shot to win it. And there's enough balls out of play that he could shoot it.
That was his game ball.
Yes, that's why he did it.
I don't think that's a good reason.
Well, because of the other balls are going to be tough to get.
I don't know about that. He could have missed that worse, and all the balls would have been easy to get.
Well, not with the ball up there near the corner. It's going to get a little thin. No, he got it. Yeah, he can actually run out here.
I don't think he can run out now. He's awkward
Well,
on the
it's
11.
a long shot, but, you know, the way he banked that other ball, cutting it.
Well, he's going to be way up table. Like, see where he is now? That's where he's going to end up. I don't think the bank's even possible from there.
Well, he can go around the table and get closer.
Well, he's not going to do that. He's going to jeopardize the shot if he does that. You got to put this down or else you lose the game.
Well, he's going to shoot at it, Billy.
Well, he hits this shot. Now, he practices this
He
shot.
just made one like this.
Well, not this deep. This is a very difficult shot. But I've watched him practice shots like this. Now, let's take a look at this because this is going to be special.
Yeah, the cue ball's going near pockets, too. Get it?
Yep.
Well, he was more playing the cue ball than the bank.
Yeah, he realized that he had the ability to remove the 10 ball in the fashion that he did. And he played a good cue ball. Like Danny said, it was going toward that pocket. But Danny Smith is so proficient at those type of shots. He knew exactly where the cue ball was going. Now Frost would let up on his stroke again a little bit.
He almost scratched, too.
Now, do you go for the two-railer here? This is a very
Sure.
difficult hit. But when you're talking about ball strikers like Danny Smith, Shane Van Boning, Alex Pagudline, Scott Frost, you're talking about guys that can hit this two-railer with accuracy. And that's what it's going to take. You have to be a top ball striker to hit this where it needs to be hit. This is not an easy hit. It's not an easy hit.
It's not?
But yeah, to him it looks like an easy hit, but it's not an easy hit.
He hit that really great.
Yeah.
And he would have had a bank for the money.
No, he has to come from behind and kick it out and stick the cue ball
Get it on his side.
like that. Nicely executed.
It is. Well, he has a bank, but the cue ball's going to go wild.
Yeah, he's got some problems with this shot. He doesn't have really any defense with this shot. So he may be better off just rolling softly on the 10. Like this. Nice touch.
Great.
And with that big windup, you wouldn't think that this guy has the touch that he has. If you're going to remove a ball, you don't want to remove the 12 if you're Scott, because that ball favors Scott. This is the ball you want to move, the 10. See, that ball favors Danny. And the reason I say that, because it can't be banked into, the 12 ball can't be banked into Danny's hole. It can be banked into Scott's hole, two rails. That's why you leave that ball there.
I think you just cut this on your side like that.
And he hit it with nice speed. And when you put that much English on a ball at the distance he shot it from, you better know how much masse is going to take place, or you better not shoot it. He's very versed at that type of a shot.
Well, he's got the same kind of a shot.
So Danny Smith has shown us that he has the ability to do quite a few things on a pool table. And all you people out there that are watching him play can finally see, the great skills that this guy possesses. He really has a lot of shots.
I'm impressed. First time I've seen him, I'm impressed. Well, he's looking at the bank now. He just made a good shot. Bank it on your side and come down long again.
Ordinarily or normally, yeah, I agree. But this guy here, he's got a big stroke and he hits balls so well, and he practices shots like this all the time. So he knows what he's doing. Trust me, this guy can really make shots like this. See how nicely he hits those balls?
He hit it pretty
Yeah,
pretty
he
well.
overdid it, and he controlled the cue ball. He's real comfortable shooting shots like that.
Oh, he's going to have a better bank this time.
I don't know about that. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that
he's got
10
a
ball.
bank.
Well, the 10 ball went down table maybe far enough to create a problem in terms of maybe he'll scratch with this shot.
No, it's too full of hit.
And he's going to have to elevate, Danny. He's going to have to elevate here. Well, maybe not.
No, I think he's going to go wide of the pocket
He hit it on the full side.
for that reason.
Yeah. But to pocket the ball, I thought the cue ball would have come a lot closer to that scratch. Now, this is a pretty awkward little angle he's confronted with here. He's going to have a problem controlling this shot. But he did a good job. He did a good job there.
Well, is that ball frozen, or could he bank it?
If I were he, I'd move that ball anyways, because it's really a bad ball for him.
He's banking at it.
Oh, this is very risky because he could have run into the 10, and anything is liable to happen then.
Yeah.
Now he's looking to see what could happen if he banks it and goes underneath the 10. Now, I think we're going to see him take a shot at this.
I think he is. Yeah.
He's going to bank it. He's going to send the cue ball 2 cushions behind the 10 and then contact the 10 from the back. Very, very interested to see what happens here.
Well, he's going to knock the 10 towards his pocket, it looks like.
Maybe. Could knock it on Scott's side, too.
Look at this hit. Look at this hit.
See, he hits shots like that
It's
so
in.
well. I mean, you got to give the guy credit. I mean, the guy just shoots shots that are... That's why they call him the Shredder. He's such a dangerous player because he has so many shots.
This one is game and match.
Nice soft stroke.
No, a little bit too much. He
Too
cut
much
it.
is right. But I like the speed that he hit it with. Now, Scott has a cross bank on the 10 ball, but this shot doesn't play simple at all. He's got to put extreme right English on it. But I think he's going to hit it well because he already went to school on this shot before, and he hit it the same way.
Okay, what do you do now? Cut it, this ball?
This is another one of Danny Smith's shots. I've seen him practice this shot quite often. He cuts at this with right-hand English, and he hits it so well. And he's probably saying to himself, I like this shot. I know how to pocket it, and that's what he's going to try to do.
And the right-hand English will help not scratch in
Now,
the
everyone
pocket.
pay attention to this shot because he practices this shot a lot. No, he went
He
4
played
cushions.
the 4-railer, but
went
he
4
didn't hit
cushions.
it short enough.
But notice what he did with the cue ball. He opted to go 4 cushions instead of cutting it because he does have that cut shot in his repertoire. I've seen him shoot that shot hundreds of times. But he decided to go 4 cushions, and you know what? It worked out pretty good.
It did. He left nothing unless Scott wants to 2-rail the 10 and 3-rail the cue ball.
I think Scott's got to roll on the 10 ball and put it on Danny's side rail about halfway up.
Well, I'm a sucker. I'm going to 2-rail it and 3-rail the cue ball.
I like this shot. Put it on that about halfway up.
Yeah.
I like that shot.
Okay.
And if he didn't leave him the 3-railer, then he made a great shot.
He didn't leave a 3-railer.
If he didn't leave him the 3-railer, this shot is hard to defend then. Now Smith is looking at something he don't like
Yep.
because he doesn't have this shot in his repertoire because there is no shot.
There isn't. The pocket is in the way of the 3-railer.
He's staring at it. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do. My vantage point tells me he doesn't have a shot. Maybe he does. Look, he's looking to 1-rail it.
Oh boy, cue ball really gonna fly around.
Well, this shot really requires the most accurate of hits.
Well, he made sure he overcut it.
Well, he played a pretty good cue ball, and he left Scott on a scratch angle, it looks like.
You're right. He can't cinch the ball because the cue ball is going towards that pocket.
He would love to shoot the 10, but it doesn't come without a price, and a big price, because he's liable to scratch, or if he misses it, he's liable to sell out a shot. So I think he's better off playing the safe.
You know, just bank it one rail on your side.
Oh, he's going for it.
Is he double banking it?
No, he's cutting it in. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. Wow. I'll tell you what, this is a great match. This is our spectacular match. I love this match, especially after that shot. Now we go to the fifth and deciding game. That was a big game for Frost right there.
Yeah, he could only lose with that shot, but he made it. Great shot.
You know, it took a lot of guts to shoot that shot, and it took a lot of skill to pocket it. We're going to take a timeout, and we're going to be back here in just a moment. Okay, we're back, and this is game number 5. Score, obviously, is 2 games apiece. Frost at the table, preparing to open up the balls in the 5th and final game. Like I mentioned before, every game is very important for all these players, because in the event that we go to have tiebreakers, this will be the first tiebreaker in a lot of different types of tiebreaker situations. The amount of games won. He needed to get the cue ball up a little further.
Yeah, let's look at that 10 ball that he popped in.
No, this was a very difficult shot. Very difficult shot, because he really had to hit it as well as he did to get away with it. If you miss that type of a shot, you figure to give up some sort of return bank, and you'll be at a disadvantage. And for him, it was match ball.
And he had to jack up, or he had a possible scratch cinching it. The shot is a lot easier if you could just cinch it, but he had to do something with the cue ball. And he did it. And this is the advantage of winning that leg to start with.
Smith had to come off the 3 ball.
Oh, that's a scratch.
Well, he had to come off the 3 ball because the 3-12 was dead in Frost's pocket. Now, I can see right from my vantage point that Frost has a 2 cushion bank on the 3. He hasn't even looked at it. I think he should look. I think he should look at it now.
He's looking at it now.
Now he's looking at it.
It's
now,
real good.
Yeah, it looks good. But if he has something better, then he'll shoot something else. But this 3 ball looks very, very appealing to me.
Yeah, the 10 ball is a big ball too. He can make the 10 here. He's shooting it. Maybe he's shooting it.
If he shoots it, he would like to position the cue ball behind the 4. I don't think he has the angle to do that.
I don't know why he's not shooting it, Billy.
He sold out
the
his shot.
3. He's supposed to shoot that 3. Oh man, he's in trouble now. If Danny has any angle, he can fall on the 10, then the 9, everything.
It all depends on what he does on this first shot.
Yeah, if he has the cut angle, he can go somewhere, but he's going to try to jack up and draw it.
Well, he has no problem with this shot. Like I mentioned before, he does it so well.
Oh, yeah. Well, Scott, for not shooting the 3 wound up killing him.
Whether you shoot the 3 or the combination bank that he opted to shoot, you have to be conscious and aware of where your cue ball is going when all balls are in play like this.
Well, if he 2-railed the 3, the cue ball was no problem. But the other shot, you had to worry about the cue ball. Well, he's got to hope that Danny doesn't run too many balls here.
And I believe the 7 goes for
Oh,
Danny.
it goes, but it's a little thinner. He can't control it to the 9 so easily. He's got to hit the rail. And he didn't shoot it hard enough.
Well, I think he shot it hard enough. Now he's going to go into the 15 and open up the balls even better. So therefore, once he pockets the 9, providing that he does, I think he's going to be looking at a pretty nice picture. He's got a nice soft draw stroke, and that's what he's going to shoot here. He's not going to shoot this hard.
He's going to roll it forward and maybe hit the 8. Oh, it just trickled, and he's got the 4.
He's got a shot. Now
Oh.
I believe, how many balls is that? 4?
No, he's got 3, but he's got the 4
looks
ball
like he's got
now.
4 balls. I think that was the 4th ball. Oh, he's got 3 balls. He's looking at the 4 ball now.
And I think he can get to the 12 here. Well, now he's looking at the 12.
It's going to take him further away from the 5 because of the angle that he's confronted with. If he could pocket the 4, he'll do it with an elevation. With elevation here so he can control the cue ball.
Well, he's going to brush the 15, but that shouldn't hurt him.
He doesn't like it. Must not have enough room to spin the 4 in.
You're right.
He may have to go down table, then back toward the 5. Let's see what he does. No, he's going with inside angle. That's too lazy. He shot that with a lazy hit. I don't think he's going to shoot the 5 now.
No. He got the lead in the case game here, so he shouldn't gamble. I think you just shoot the 10 straight on and stop the whitey.
He's looking to cut the 5 now. Notice he put it at the point of his cue stick where he needs to hit the 15 after contacting the 5.
Well, he doesn't have my permission to shoot this. You got a 4-ball lead in the case game.
But you didn't ride up here with him. You rode up here with Al, so he doesn't need your permission.
Thanks, Billy. Oh, he made it. Made it close.
Notice the cue
But
ball.
he did. He looked at where the cue ball's going to hit.
So he has 4 balls,
Yep.
and Frost has a problem. I think Frost is forced to shoot the 4 into the 5 ball with speed. Like that. He was forced to do that. Okay, I'm sure he's glad that's over.
Yeah, he did all right with
Because
it.
he was able to escape without giving up a ball, and he played a good cue ball. Even though he trails in this last game 4 balls to nothing, all balls are in play, and they certainly favor Frost.
They do. Kenny's seen if the 10 is frozen. 10 is frozen.
So it's frozen, which makes this situation even more difficult to defend against. He's going to go to the bottom rail and then into the 12. Oh, excuse me, the 10. I think that's what he's going to end up doing. And, you know, not that that's anything near a productive shot, but what's he going to do? That's a survival shot. That's a shot that you just buy time off of. You know, kick underneath the 10 just to buy some time.
Yeah, the kick into the 10 is way better because if you shoot straight on the 10, the high karate is going to take, you might scratch.
Okay, this is going to be special here. What's he doing?
He double kissed it.
Well, that's what he tried to do. He tried to double kiss it. But the 11 is still in a similar position that it was in before he shot, which is beneficial for Frost. I think Frost should go down to the orange 5 ball. This is the shot very softly.
Good.
Yep, good shot. Like you say, the balls are all favoring Scott.
Now, if Smith can see the bottom rail and then kick to the 10, I think that's what he'll do.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to use any English.
It's going to wear off by the time it reaches the bottom rail.
Exactly.
He's looking to see where the cue ball is going to go if he shoots the 4. I think it's going to go right toward the 11.
This next shot will determine whether he wins or loses this match.
He's shooting the 4. The cue ball's going right toward the 11. No, he's shooting the 3, excuse me.
Shot, Danny. I know it did. Good shot.
He's got a 2-railer on the 4, but I don't think the cue ball is going to get out of the way.
You know, you have I think it will get out of the way. I think it's a good shot. I think he can 2-rail. I think the cue ball will go toward the 5 or to the right of the 5.
It'll be in the path.
No, I don't think
We'll
so.
see. We'll see.
I mean, it could end up in the path, but I think this is manageable. I think this is manageable.
He's shooting it.
Yeah, I think if he hits it well,
No, he couldn't do it. I'm
didn't
telling you,
play.
it was going to be in the path.
Well, you know what? What he did was pretty smart because he assured that there was not going to be a problem with the cue ball shooting it in the fashion that he did. And he's created a pretty big problem for Smith. He's protected that 10 and 11, and he's made all other balls in that area very difficult to come off of. And because of that, I think Smith is probably going to have to take a scratch or come off the outside of the 5 ball and drop to the bottom rail. I think he should cut the 5 in the upper left-hand corner to his right, hit the side rail with the cue ball, and drop down underneath the 3.
Get it all the way to the end rail.
That's the shot. I think that's what he's going to have to do. I think he's going to have to cut the 5, go to the side rail, and drop under the 3.
Well, he can leave a double bank on the 15 if he does that.
Well,
But he has no choice.
His no choice is right. That's what he did. Okay, now Scott's got to come back with another shot similar to the one that he just shot. He wants to play a good cue ball, and if he can't 2-rail the 5 ball, then he should do exactly what he did last time. Just play a good cue ball.
Yeah, he's 2-railing the 5. This time it's not in the path.
He's got to play a good cue ball.
Watch out.
He's got to play a good cue ball. That's the problem. When you try to reach for something extra and you already have something good, sometimes it ends up costing you. That time, I believe it ended up costing them big time.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't have a ball because nothing's going on the spot.
You know, what? Another thing is this. Is it kind of a unique, peculiar situation? I don't think Smith has the ability to clear the 11 and the 10 because of how the configuration of the balls won't allow him to get in there. Now, he may be trying to move some balls there by using the 2, but this is risky. But if it works out for him, he'll certainly remedy the situation.
Oh, he moved some balls in the 2. Well, look how he controlled Whitey.
How about that, folks?
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
How about that? Not only did he see the shot, but he executed it to near perfection.
Can Scott hit the 2?
Oh, I think Scott's looking to bank the 3. I think he's looking to bank the 3.
Yeah, that'll be curtains for him if he doesn't make it.
Oh, another shot that he has, let me get an overhead, is this shot. I believe I don't know if he has it, if he can 1, 2, 3, and come back here, down there. He may have that shot. He may have it. It's real close. I don't know. Maybe it's too close to shoot. But if he goes to bank to 3, He's gambling the game on it.
Yep. Sure is.
He wants to shoot it because it's such a rewarding shot. Sometimes it's so rewarding you can't resist it.
Well, it's survival too. If he's going to be dead if he doesn't make it.
He's taking a scratch.
Yeah. And let's watch that shot again. That Danny here moved everything and got the 2 to go near his pocket.
Perfectly executed shot. Notice the position of the cue ball after he struck the 2, indicating that he hit it as purely, as accurately as he needed to hit it.
He liked it too.
Yep. Now Smith is in he's got a little bit of a problem here unless he takes a scratch right back. If I was Smith, I wouldn't be hesitating. I would take a scratch right back.
He's going to. Now, it's Scott on 2.
Yeah, Scott's on 2. And he forgot about it.
Scratch there.
Now he's scratching his head, looking at, right. Now he doesn't even have the bank on the 3, because he should have understood before taking the scratch that he was already on 1. Now he's on 2, and he's forced to shoot a legal shot. In the event that he fouls here, that's loss of game, and obviously loss of match.
So for you people out there, you're learning something. 3 in a row, you lose the match.
Now, if I were he, I would pocket the 6 right now. I would pocket the 6.
You're right.
Pocket the 6 and draw the cue ball back. That's what I would do. I don't think he's even aware of it. Once he pockets the 6, it goes underneath the 9, and he eliminates the 9 as a possible ball to be pocketed.
And then he can't hit the 2 either because of that ball.
He has to pocket
I don't
the
think
6
he has
here.
to draw the ball. I think he can make it and stick there.
He's got to pocket the 6. I don't think he's even aware of it.
He probably isn't. Oh, what's this?
He should have pocketed the 6.
Yeah. Now he's shooting at the combination, the 3-2.
Pocket
And
the
if he
6.
makes it, this game and match will be over. And it's kind of free because you're not going to sell out anything. Yeah. But he didn't get good position.
Yeah, and
He's going to cut at it, though.
yeah, he's probably going to cut at it, but he's certainly not the favorite to come up with another shot. If he makes the 3 ball, I don't believe he's going to come up with another shot. I think he's going to go into the 13 or the 12, whatever that ball is behind the 9.
Oh, he got away with it. No, he didn't. I thought he was going to get a shot.
Looks like he has a combination.
Yeah, it's a cut combination. Got a controlled cue ball. Now he's looking to see where he's going to hit the 8. He needs 3. Scott needs 10. Oh, and he got position. This match is over. He's going to have to get to the combination now on the 9-10 for the win.
Pocketing the 8 is very important. It'll put him on the hill.
Yeah, he's going to get to the combination.
It's going toward
Watch
the
out,
side.
Toba. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow,
He's
it was
scratching
so
his-
close.
He's shaking his hand. He's conceding. Well, Scott tried hard.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? You know, it was that he allowed that cue ball to get away from him when he shot that 5 ball, because he was definitely in the game and may have been a favorite, even though he trailed by the score of 4-0. All the balls favored him,
They
and
did.
they were in such a, a dominant
And
position.
he never got a chance to shoot any of them.
Well, that's because he lost the cue ball. And when it comes down to it, Danny, one pocket is about the cue ball.
It is.
So we're going to be back here at 2:30, and we're going to bring you Justin Hall and Efren Reyes, and it's going to be one hell of a match. We'll see you at 2:30.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.